right, we have two presenters today. I'm Brian Klug, the Director of Engineering at PBwiki. Joining us is Mark Christian, Senior Engineer at PBwiki. So we have two people, so this demo will be twice as good. So we're going to do something pretty different tonight. High probability of failure, very dangerous. Lots of pain may occur, but we're going to give it a whirl. So what is PBwiki? PBwiki is the world's largest private wiki host. We have over 600,000 wikis that have been created with us. That's including over 30,000 customers, businesses using us. Some of the businesses using us, we have Twitter, Dig, Facebook. They're all using us. These are paying customers. They are using us for everything from document management. They are using us for collaboration. They're having intranets, or even just one place to go. It's a collaborative product. We've been around for a while. But what we're doing tonight is we're showing off our API. Our API is the new tech, and that's what we'd like to demo.
Hey, so you guys know what the wiki is. I don't need to push that on you. What we really want to show off is the API, which is pretty powerful. You can find it right in your wiki settings, and you get a unique API key. And we have very extensive documentation. It's really easy. You can access it through post, get, simple XML, output, JSON, whatever. Basically, you have two modes you can operate in. You can pull data from your wiki, or you can push data to your wiki. And we want you to think about it as a platform. It's just, it's backed up. It's got version control. It's got access control. You can do something neat. We hooked Subversion personally in our organization into a wiki page. Every time somebody commits, it goes up onto a wiki page. We have version history, we know who did what, everyone in the company can see what's going on. It's really pretty powerful. So that's pushing data to your wiki. I'm going to do a demo live about how to pull data from your wiki, and Brian will talk to fill the silence.
All right, so Mark is setting up, is going to start launching something called Flex Builder. It's a product from Adobe. We just started playing it with it on Friday and Saturday, so we are not experts in this. But we're going to build an entire application from scratch in the 2 minutes and 51 seconds that we have left over. Again, this is a new application. He just did file new. He's now dragging these UI elements onto the design background. Again, we are using the PBwiki API, pbwiki.com/API, using the API key that has been copied into the clipboard already. If you want an API key, it's really easy. Just look under your chairs. We pasted it. No, you go to your wiki. It's free to create. It takes 30 seconds to create a wiki, and you could just go to settings and then developer interface, and then you just copy that API key. It's free. So right now, okay. So we are. Oh my God! Look what we've got already. So we dragged in the UI elements. We've copied these HTTP service. See that down at the bottom, HTTP service. That's where we define the URL to the PBwiki API. Then you see result equals, that's where we're specifying the handler function that gets called when that API goes through. All right, so on the left pane, we have those two panes. On the left, we want to show a list of the pages on the wiki. And then on the right pane, we want to actually show some content from the wiki. So again, we're accessing the content of the wiki, and this is pulled data out of the wiki. Oh my God, a minute 37 seconds left. All right, so the get page call. So we're getting we've already written the code to get the list of pages. So now we're writing the code to, once you've done the click onto the event on the left, it's going to fetch and then do it. That's it. So by default, we're returning XML. Adobe Flex is parsing it. Oh, this is good. This is going to help his concentration. Thank you. 59 seconds. Your job depends on it. We also return JSON, return serialized PHP arrays. It's all very easy. Again, just see the URL is where we're specifying it. Oh my God, look at that. Look at
that. So, pages on my left. I click one, theoretically. Oh, I forgot to hook up the events.
No, we still got 30 seconds.
Here's the pre-written code that works.
Store, contact. All right, so yeah, you want to show the
Yes. Yeah, so
there are 12 seconds left, the SVN hook.
this is the code to hook us into Subversion. It's a commit hook that you just install on your Subversion server, and it just pushes it out to a page we call upcoming deployment. It's really that simple. It's just a curl call.
Somebody asked why our API calls are better than others.
Any questions?
Are there any questions?
Just why are API calls better than others?
Well, you know, there are a lot of APIs, and that's a great question. What makes our API great is that, oh my God, the rich environment that you are putting data into. So yeah, S3 is great if you want to put a binary somewhere. You know, there are lots of API calls that do very specific, interesting things. You know, Twitter has a great API, Dig has an API, both documented on PBwiki. But when you're using the PBwiki API, the data that you put into it, that's where the real magic happens. You've seen our SVN hook. When that data goes through, it's not just some like geeky program. This goes onto our company wiki, where the entire company has exposure to what we're doing. You know, they see the deployment log. Other people can edit on it. They can comment on, hey, why is this going into the product? Like, what's up with that? And we're into this rich environment where you can grow on the content. You can add users programmatically to the wiki. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, and our wiki, or our API fits whatever you're working with. XML, JSON, keeps two serialized arrays. It fits into whatever sort of project that you're building. And as you can see, like it's a very simple API. It's really easy to get started.
Another question?
What time is it?
It's peanut butter jelly time.
Yes, Joel.
Do you have other examples of useful things you can make with this API?
5 more minutes.
Yes, something I would like to make is something that crawls my public Twitter timeline. It just copies it up to my wiki. So I'm going to have a copy forever. I don't have to worry about the Twitter API changing or them disappearing. Not that I expect that to happen. You can suck data from whatever source you want onto your wiki. You can get backups of your wiki because it's yours. So you can just bring everything in and keep it forever.
Especially think of anything that would be useful for humans. Things that would be useful for any content that you want people in your company or organization. There are a lot of possibilities. You could be designing a game where you want off-world content. You can automatically create pages for every room in a mud or something like that, and add the users to the wiki. Okay, yeah.
What kind of authentication do you support? Password-based, OAuth?
There are 2 modes, and we're adding a 3rd. So the PBwiki itself supports OpenID and such, but for the API, there are 2 methods. One is to use the browser session. So if you're building a JavaScript application and you want to have something that will embed and call back to pbwiki.com, then it will use the cookies if they're already logged into PBwiki. Right now, the other option is to use the API key. Oh my, right here, perfect. So on the settings page, if you go down to the developer interface, we obscure it, but if you were to click show value, it would just reveal the password, and you would just paste that into the URL, into the GET request or the POST request, and that's your authentication. We may add a 3rd option, which would be a user-specific key or user-specific way to identify yourself, so that when those changes are made, they're by the user that did it. Another question?
Any invitation into blogs and blog engines using APIs?
Not yet, but it's open-ended. Our API is pretty shiny and new, so we haven't built out a lot of it yet. One of the more interesting projects that we have seen built out, which is not through the blog, but was to Jot. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that. But you basically get a phone number, you call up, you speak plain English, and someone on the other side of the world emails you that as text. And this was actually made to plug right into the wiki. So yeah, there's no blog integration yet, but there's certainly a lot of integration possibilities.
The blog integration you should make tonight with the PBwiki API.
Yes, that's on your to-do list, everyone.
Archive your old entries, make a searchable repository of comments. I don't know.
How would the growing robot population benefit from PBwiki?
Well, so the API calls are all authenticated, right? So you need the great thing about PBwiki in particular, even outside of the API, is our entire security framework. With PBwiki 2.0, you have pretty advanced security controls for a wiki. You can set very specific access to individual objects, which, again, outside of the API, if you have a particular page that you want to lock down, You know, if that's a certain thing that's going to be important in your organization, you can do that. So the same thing applies.